Did human hunting, or the warming climate at the end of the Ice Age, extinct the Ice Age megafauna? This is actually a scientific debate, and I'm far from an expert on it, but let me explain the situation and then give you some evidence for and against. There used to be a lot more megafauna than today, and these populations experienced a significant decline about 50 to 10,000 years ago. But the problem is, that time period experienced both human expansion and the end of the Ice Age, making it hard to tell which is responsible. Megafauna are easily visible, require a lot of food, and reproduce very slowly, making them vulnerable to changing ecosystems and human hunting. And we do know that humans hunted megafauna by archaeological sites. Odds are, it was probably a combination of both factors. But how much? Some of the best evidence for humans being primarily responsible is that in places where humans evolved the longest, such as Africa, the least amount of megafauna species died. This could be because animals had more time to adapt to hominids, but unfortunately it could also be climate, since Africa is pretty warm, although the amount of highly aggressive animals in Africa does seem like evidence they were adapting to humans. But another warm region of the world, Southeast Asia, does have a lot of megafauna species. In Eurasia, which had human species for almost 2 million years, plenty of megafauna went extinct, but not as much as the isolated Americas or Australia, which lost 80 to 90% of megafauna species. However, megafauna and humans lived side by side for thousands of years in some places, even if the timeline matches in others. This could be evidence against human hunting, but perhaps it means changing climates were a catalyst to allow humans to finish them off, as megafauna populations were weakened. I personally lean towards humans having done it, because it just makes sense that such an unprecedentedly powerful hunter would have effects on its environment. But I'm sure you can find a ton more information on this subject if you're interested.